Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. Rockstar just buffed their latest DLC update to GTA Online, and they also buffed some payouts for other parts of the business as well as the DLC. And so today what we're going to be doing is going through one of the main sets of missions that you can do. We're going to speed run it, we're going to showcase, and also I'll explain how you can optimize your gameplay grind so that you can make lots of extra money fast and easy this week, as long as you kind of maintain some focused effort playing this game. I love to help you guys become as efficient as possible at playing GTA Online, so while you play through this content, you can absorb some of these tips and tricks, apply them to your own gameplay practice if you're already not doing so, and you will definitely be coming out on top this week because we only have a few days left in this event. And so if you have not been taking advantage or you just missed my money guide on Friday, this will be a further addition. Think of this as like a part 2, more of a live gameplay rather than just post commentary tips and tricks. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for stopping by, and let's jump in. I think for this video, we'll do a similar thing that we did with the fine art file when we recorded it for my money guide on Friday. We'll just try and speedrun this as quick as we can, and the same thing with the fine art file. I'll have the timestamp on screen that you can kind of see me go through this specific file with. We'll do all the setups, record the finale. That way, even though there's probably going to be cuts in between for the downtime in the missions where I'm just traveling back and forth and things like that, you could still see the total lapse time up the top, and that way you can kind of see how long this mission takes to do. If you're kind of just moving through it, focused gameplay, grinding, you know, not really just messing around, stuff like that. So let's start this up right now. We have Project Breakaway file, payment $300,000. If we get the bonus objectives done, that's $350,000. We will net $330,000 because, of course, the setup cost is going to take away $20,000 from the grand total. But let's start off with the mobile tracking mission, which should send us somewhere here in the LS River to get this van. You'll typically find it in a few different areas. So let's head over here. Maybe I can get lucky if it's located here. Otherwise, we may need to go north. Okay, perfect. We're already at the spot right here, which is great. So we have to get this RC, grab it, and you're going to have basically a truck that's going to spawn in 3 different locations, and you need to hack it and then put this RC in the back. But you don't know which location the truck is at, so you need to travel to all 3. But there's actually a trick just to kind of get this done a little bit faster where you could save the travel time. The game is going to display the location in just a moment here, and you can see all locations, but you can actually observe how some of them are moving, some of them aren't. Funny enough, I've never seen 2 move at the same time. I always thought it was like a guaranteed way to get this done faster because you could actually see where the truck's location is just by observing the map and seeing like the search area move, and that would indicate the truck is in that location so you could drive over there. And now I'm recording this and I just started noticing that that one's moving too, so that's a little bit bizarre. But if you go to the location, here you go, you can find it, the Eberhardt truck. And now we just got to hang around here. We need to keep our distance, or not keep our distance, but we need to stay close to the truck so we can hack it. That way we could drop the hatch in the door and then drive this RC Bandito into the back. So just press right on the D-pad. Obviously this truck isn't moving, so it's super easy to hack it. But when this truck is moving, when we get a green light, you just want to make sure you can stay close to it. So I'd recommend staying on the side, something like that. And then you have about 30 seconds to jump into the back of the truck, drive the RC Bandito up, and then just drive it into the crate. Just sit here for a moment. The RC Bandito will cancel, and all we need to do is leave the area. And of course, once we do, we could start up the next mission here. And there we go. The work is complete. Mobile tracking stash. Now we can just go right back to the Darnell's app, start up another one. Let's go after the thermal charges this time, which I'm not sure where these are going to be. These could be in a couple different locations, but let's see what the game gives us. There we go. We got to go to the post-op depot down at the dock. So what's interesting is with these missions, what makes them fun for me personally is the game, depending on which setup you're doing, obviously when you're farming these 4 files over and over and over, the missions can get a little bit repetitive because you're doing the same thing, but Rockstar likes to switch it up and at least give you different variants of the same mission, where sometimes you'll need to travel north to do the same objective, or you'll need to go south or east or west to different parts of the city. And for this one, we're going to the docks. So it keeps it a little bit fresh because at least that way you don't know exactly where to go. In a sense, it would be like, oh, it would be nice so I could just fly right there and, you know, get this done absolutely as fast as possible. But at the same time, I also kind of like it because I got to wait for the phone call, and then I need to travel to a different spot of the map. And at least that way, while you are doing the same mission over and over, It's slightly diverse in the way that you're approaching it because you are accessing, you know, different parts of the map and exploring and things like that. But once you get that spawn, if you're going to the docks, you could just fly right over here because we're gonna get basically the same exact warehouse spawn all the time. Once we go to this warehouse, we'll kill a bunch of enemies and take the thermal charges right from underneath their feet. Now for this, you know, you could just start blasting with your oppressor, killing enemies. I'm just gonna park outside, that way I could take out the enemies on foot. You could be a little bit faster, of course, if you're just using your oppresso, your sparrow, anything like that. Did I say oppresso? Oppressor or sparrow? I mentioned this in the other video, not to really use the Raiju. While the Raiju is a great grinding vehicle, it's not really suited well for FIB Garment Factory file grinding just because you're constantly getting in and out of vehicles. And so even with the sparrow, it's just my second choice, probably second to the oppressor, just because of the fact that I want to get right into my vehicle and fly away. I don't want to have to wait for engines and rotors of a heli to spool up. And same thing with the Raiju. Getting in and out of a Raiju is kind of a pain. Like, it's good for like cargo grinding or something like that, but when it comes to something like, you know, this, I don't really want to have to constantly get in and out of a plane. That being said, we've just got the thermal charges, so we're going to hop back on our oppressor and bring them back to the garment factory. So I will see you guys there. And here we are pulling up on the garment factory once again. So I'm just going to fly my oppressor right in. It'll put us inside the garment factory. You can choose to get on your PC to do the last mission. I just like to run outside because, I mean, you could start the mission and it'll kick you right back out. But honestly, if you do this, I think it's just a little bit faster. Anyway, this way I'm already back on my oppressor and just go to the app, start up the next mission. I'd probably still be sitting down trying to log into the PC at this point, so that is going to shave off a few seconds. Not like it's the absolute biggest deal in the world, but it does make a difference if you're doing this over and over and over, right? Shaving off a few seconds here, 25 seconds there on some of these setups, like, that will help you just do more missions over time. More missions over time, as long as your focus means, you know, obviously more finales done over time, meaning you're making more money for the same amount of time spent playing the game than you otherwise would have. You know, some players have questioned, is it worth, you know, having the stress of speedrunning these because you're not making more money? Not that you're making more money from this, that's not why I promote speedrunning these, it's just the fact that you're just able to get more missions done. I think that just makes it better for any player involved, right? Because you're able to have more fun with the game, you're able to be more productive, and when you're more productive in this game, you're just making more money. So with this one, you have to find a keypad, and it can spawn two different sides of the apartment. Typically, you'll find it on the wall by the door, sometimes by this cage door, or you'll find it right here, and it looks like it's going to be here today. So we'll hack this real quick, and then we will go downstairs and grab the server files or whatever it is we need to do. And just about at that point, we'll be done with all three setups. And then we just have the finale to do, and we'll talk about the bonus objectives and things like that. There is one more section to this mission, which I'll talk about in just a moment. Basically, some guy's gonna flee, and we need to kill him, take a photo of him, and then send that to Jody. And that's another reason why I recommend you have the oppressor, because you can get right on the vehicle, fly after him, just blow up his car, and take a photo of him there. You don't really have to, like, try and headshot him out of the vehicle or anything. You don't have to worry about destroying the vehicle. You're supposed to kill him. It doesn't matter if he's a flaming pile of, you know, char inside the car. You don't have to worry about that. Once you grab this malware, you'll see what I'm saying here. So now that we're leaving here, we're just gonna go through, and here you go. It says eliminate the agent. He's actually gonna fly right by us, which is very, very convenient. So I'm just gonna shoot him right there, and he is donezo. So now I'll just get out. I'll access my phone. We can take a photo, and we'll need to deliver the malware to the garment factory. But that's not too big of a deal because we're only about, you know, 1.5 miles away. So let's just fly over there real quick. Oh, yeah, not even 1.5 miles. We're literally just a mile away. Now we're back at the garment factory. We delivered the malware. And honestly, since we're going to get kicked out anyway for the finale, I guess at this point, I might as well just log into the computer. I mean, at this point, maybe I should have just ran outside. But either way, we just got to log in and then start the finale, which is the Project Breakaway file. Now for this, to get the extra $50,000 as your additional bonus reward for completion of this file, you need to complete 3 requirements, of which you get paid $10,000 a piece. And if you complete all 3, you get a $20,000 bonus on top of that. So you're making $50,000 extra, which I recommend you do. We need to locate Project Breakaway within 5 minutes, get 15 headshots, as well as recover the black books and the server blades, which is not going to be much trouble at all. For this, of course, I recommend you hop on your oppressor, but you can also hop on that that Ford SVT Lightning right there, and you'll be good to go. But there's going to be a couple locations of where Project Breakaway is going to be located. The spawns are static, but there's 3 different variations. So I recommend you open up your Trackify app. We're going to get this ping down here. Now, this one is going to be sort of where I'm aiming the missiles. It's over at those taller, you know, industrial buildings. We're going to fly right over, and once we get there, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Like, once you know the 3 spawns, you'll always be able to find it within 5 minutes. Otherwise, just use the Trackify app, and you will be good to go. It's not too big of a deal, but it is just something that you may want to, oh, excuse me, it's over here. Just something you may want to familiarize yourself with before you start, like, trying to speedrun this if you're not comfortable. So you'll see all these guys right here, but we have to get 15 headshots for this mission, so we can't just, you know, let rip with the oppressor. You want to make sure you get your headshots if you can, and that's why we're going to be a little bit slow and a little bit methodical trying to move through here. Now, funny enough, I just put myself in a really bad position to fight these guys because that one guy was taking cover, and now I'm kind of sitting out in the open. I don't like the way the enemies are framed for this mission itself right now. I kind of approached it from a weird angle. We got one more guy hiding behind a truck. What are you doing, my friend? He's hiding, bro. He just let all his boys get sauced. I don't even know how many headshots we've gotten at this point, but I think if you can headshot anyone in this first wave of enemies that are hiding outside, and then you can get your headshots inside the facility itself as well, that should fulfill the requirements for this mission. I also just realized I don't have any body armor. Oh, that's great. We shouldn't really need any for the mission, but either way, I mean, it would be nice to have, right? So now we just gotta wait to get inside. You gotta let these people just talk on the phone, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, so now we just want to hold right D-pad to control the RC Bandito. And once you go inside, it's the same route every single time. We need to locate, like, some tanks to actually blow up. So just drive the RC Bandito in to the left, and you'll find it right here. You basically make a U shape, and then you just want to hold LB while being near the tanks. You'll explode them. That way you can destroy the gas pumps, and now you can go inside the facility in just a moment. Now, once we're inside, there's going to be a couple enemies that we need to take out. But again, it's not going to be too big of a deal, just a few enemies. I just want to make sure I don't die here. But once you kill everyone, you just want to plug in the malware. Then we need to head into the PC and just do like a little bit of a mini game. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen this over and over and over if you've seen gameplay or you've just been farming. But overall, it's just been like super fun to be able to farm these this week, because at the money you're making with double money, it's just solid, you know. These are always fun to do. Typically, when I live stream GTA, I play about anywhere from 2 to 4+ hours. Like a short stream for me will be 2 hours. A normal stream will be 3 to 4 hours, and a longer stream will be 4+. And I would say during that amount of time, I'll get done with an auto shop contract. We'll do a garment factory FIB file, maybe do a salvage yard robbery if they're available for the week, and we'll either do, you know, something like the Dr. Dre contract, or a Cluck and Ball farm raid, or an Oscar Guzman Flies Again mission. Keep up to date with my acid lab as well as the bunker. Maybe do some vehicle cargo, and then on the side I'll do, you know, the other smaller stuff. Like I'll do the daily activities, the stash house, the G's cash, you know, the daily Madrazo bounty. I'll also do the standard most wanted target for the bail office, at which point I'll send the bail office agents out, so they'll generate me $15,000 for that. You know, I'll collect money from my nightclub wall safe, the salvage yard wall safe, the arcade wall safe, agency. Obviously the garment factory too, if there's enough money. I don't worry about it until it gets close to being full, because it's not worth me making trips for just a couple grand, you know, unless I'm doing a file or something. But besides that, you know, maybe I'll export mixed goods or do the bike delivery, things like that if I have time. But if you're doing, you know, an FIB garment factory file while you're playing the game, salvage yard robbery, Dr. Dre contract, that's a pretty decent amount of stuff to do in one single day. So it'll keep your schedule full while you're grinding, that's for sure. And overall, these fit really well into your grind because they're not super intuitive or anything like that. They're not super challenging, and they're just fast to do, so you can get them done. It doesn't feel like a huge time investment, right? Like all of these take 20 minutes. Maybe one of them, like the black box file, will take you 25, depending on how long it takes. Like that one is definitely the slowest one, I would say. But now you just want to look for all the server blades, the black books. You got to find 3 cages with loot on the side. You'll find them on the left or the back side of the room if you're facing it. You want to take these multicolored drives right here, the hard drives. Then we'll also find the server blades, which I'm pretty sure are black boxes. So we'll find these, just grab these, and then we'll grab the other ones that you could see that we went over to. You just technically need, I guess it's the hard drives, but to get the bonus objective, you want to steal everything here. And to be honest, I don't know why you'd play any of these Garment Factory FIB files without doing all the bonus objectives because they are very easy to do. So we've gotten the black books, we've gotten the drives. Now these are the server blades. We're gonna take these, and these are also what we're gonna take and deliver outside. Now when we get outside, there's gonna be a bunch of enemies, and we're also gonna be slow because we're carrying a full bag of loot. I don't have armor, so I may die, but not dying for this is not part of one of the bonus objectives, so you don't have to worry about that. If you still are in need of getting headshots, then I would highly recommend you try and get some headshots on this mission itself here while you're pulling out. I can't see the pilot there because of that dang spotlight. Some of these guys are head glitching this ledge and this wall right here, which makes it a little bit of a nuisance. I don't know how many more headshots I need, so I just try and get headshots on all these guys, clear the enemies out, and then I will finish the mission. You could just fly back, but I want to make sure I can get all these kills just in case I'm, you know, right on that limit of needing, you know, a couple more headshots or something. I want to absolutely ensure that I don't miss that bonus objective, because I think I did do it once. I totally forgot. When I rolled up with my oppressor, I started firing missiles at everyone because I was like, oh, I could just blow them up really easy, totally forgetting that one of the bonus objectives was getting 15 headshots. But that's it. I mean, the finale's over. That only took us, what, 6 or so minutes to get that done. And we just need to deliver these hard drives to the buyer. Overall, my recording's at 17.5 minutes right now, which is kind of the timestamp, the stopwatch you should see on screen, which is pretty good. We did this just about as fast as the Fine Art File finale. That one took us 16.5 minutes. This one's taking us 17.5 minutes, which is not bad right there. We're getting paid $300,000 for the double money on this Project Breakaway file. Plus, in addition to that, we're making $50,000 on the bonus objective, bringing our grand total for the Project Breakaway file and finale to $350,000 in just under 18 minutes, including all this where we had to watch the cutscene. You could see the bonus objectives right there. 350K, and now for typically when I farm FIB files, I'm going to be doing Fine Art as well as Project Breakaway. I don't like farming Black Box. I don't really like Brute Force either, but since the Fine Art file is the priority file for this week, I can't farm it. You can only do that once a week. So for this week, I've just been going back and forth between the Brute Force file as well as Project Breakaway. But if I have the option, I would prefer one of these to be priority for the week. That way I can at least do it and get the double money for it. But then I could just farm these back to back to back over and over. You know, of course you have a 5-minute cooldown in between these, but it's not that big of a deal. So just want to come out with a fun live gameplay we'll go through. People question why I make longer videos. I mean, have you heard of gameplay videos before? That's exactly what we do here on the channel. So we're going through, we're having fun playing GTA, and that's what it's all about. So thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. If you guys want to see me play live and interact with me, check me out over on twitch.tv/HazardousHDTV, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.